Assalamu alaikum everyone. Wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, and wonderful night. I'm Anahil Forest Wali. I'm from Karachi, Pakistan, and I'm delighted to be your host today. I'm from Karachi, Pakistan. We have a very special guest with us today, someone who is highly respected and accomplished. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Jasjeet. Jasjeet, thank you so much for joining us today. We are eager to learn more about your inspiring life journey and the experiences that have shaped you. Please feel free to share your insight, achievements, and anything else you would like us to know. Once again, a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed guest, Jasjeet. So, hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm also doing great. So, please introduce yourself.
So my name is Jasjeet. I am a high school student in Canada, and I have a lot of interests. I can kind of just like briefly go through some of them. I really love business. I think sports are really fun, and I'm constantly trying to learn and grow. And so I'm really happy to be here today to meet someone as inspiring as you. And hopefully, I can learn some things from you as well through this interview and through this chat.
Great. So, my first question is that can you tell us more about your role an ISTEM student? What kind of project or initiative have you been involved in?
Yeah, of course. So, as a student, I'm very involved in my school community. And for me, some things that are very important are equality and justice. So, I remember a few months ago in April, I led an event for Sikh Heritage Month. And we had around $200 worth of samosas distributed to like our school community for free. And so that's a project that's like really close to my heart. And as a student, I think it's really important to not only develop yourself like in school, but also take your passions and focus on them outside of school. So at the moment, I've also been working on a blog, which is going to be released soon. It's called Green Path. I've been working with a couple of like nonprofit organizations and helping out with the work that they do. And I've just constantly been trying to grow my skills, whether that's in like editing videos, marketing, or even like learning how to develop my organization skills. And all of like, the positions that I'm like embarking on, I've been trying to develop myself and learn new things.
Very inspiring. So let's move on to next question. As the co-president and director of website and technology at Merslines Alliance, what are your main responsibilities? How do you contribute to the organization goals?
Yeah, so some of my main responsibilities as um, co-president and director of website and technology are to really make sure that the organization is running well. So at the moment, the organization is still in the process of launching and achieving their goals because we're newly founded. And some of the things that I really work on are kind of establishing our mission and our aim. We're trying to rebrand right now, and so that's what I've been focusing on, and also helping with like making the website which we have right now, and also making sure that all aspects of the organization are running well. So making sure that we have clear communication, that everyone is on task and knows what they should be doing. So that's some of my roles.
That's great. So, my third question is that could you describe your experience as a fellow of Pineapple? What skills or knowledge have you gained during your time there?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so Pineapple is actually an app that has recently become members only, but it was founded by like two really inspiring founders, and they decided to launch Pineapple because they wanted to make it easier for high school students to connect and network. You'll notice that LinkedIn is an amazing platform, but it wasn't designed for Gen Z like us. And so, as a fellow Pineapple, I'm constantly like trying to promote it. One, because I love it, and two, because I think it's really useful. It has like been a game changer in my networking journey specifically as well. So as a fellow, I kind of like stay in tune with the app, and I get to attend like kind of weekly or monthly kind of like workshops, and those workshops have taught me a lot too. I also tried to start a community on Pineapple, which is called Eco Warriors. And so I'm posting content about the environment on Pineapple, and trying to encourage people to have a more healthy and sustainable lifestyle.
All right. So, how do you balance your commitments as a student with your leadership roles in Marathon Alliance and Pineapple? What strategies do you see to manage your time effectively?
That's a great question, actually. And I think it's something that I also used to wonder a lot from other students. But really, the key is mostly reflecting and understanding yourself. What I've taken, like, what I've tried to do these past couple of years is understand what strategies work for me, and how I just like work in general. And so, what I notice is that it takes me like a very short time to finish my school assignments, but if I'm trying to work on like an extracurricular commitment, that takes me a lot longer. And so, when I understand how long it takes me to finish my work, how long, kind of things that motivate me as well, what I like to do during my free time. Once I understand myself, I'm able to strategize and prioritize my time. So what I do right now is I have like a Google Calendar, in which I schedule all of my commitments. I keep a to-do list in which I write down everything. And my number one tip, this is like has been a game changer for me, is to write everything down. So when you're super stressed and you have a lot to do, you want to avoid as much as you possibly can having an overburden on your mind. And if you write down everything that needs to be done, it kind of releases a lot of stress for me specifically, and that's also helped me avoid burnout.
Great. So, in your role as director or website and technology, what specific achievements or improvement have you made to Marshall Alliance's online presence and technological infrastructure structures? Infrastructures.
So initially, we actually didn't have a website at all. Now we do have one. It can actually it's on my LinkedIn page as well. I have a page open for Marceline Alliance, and if you go there, you'll see like the website too. And because we didn't have a website, we couldn't really market or tell people about our services, especially like when making Instagram posts and things like that. There was no real place where people could go to find all this information. And so I think the main thing that I have brought is just helping to bring the infrastructure. And I will say that it has not just been like all my work. I've had a lot of people help out with this. Like the founder of Marceline Alliance helped me a lot when like building this website and making sure it was like working well, and it met our goals. And so it's definitely not like done like single-handedly or a one person's job, but yeah, just bringing forward a website for us was my main role or my main achievement.
Great, mashallah. So, what motivates to pursue a career involvement is a STEM field where there are any specific experience or mentor that influence your decision.
So I don't for me, the environment is kind of like a lifestyle, or it's kind of something that I want to adopt in my lifestyle. For me, what really brought that change was this year. I was a part of our school's eco club, and it was honestly such an awesome experience because I got to spend more time in nature, help out with a lot of the environmentally led initiatives that we were doing, and that really changed my mindset. After I was there for like a good couple of weeks, I realized that hey, this is something that's really cool and I'm very interested in this. And so from there, I started to expand that passion, take it into what I'm doing at like Pineapple, as well as the work that I'm doing with like my blog right now as well. Yeah, and so
That's amazing.
that was the main experience.
Okay, can you share an example of challenging project or situation you encountered in your roles at Marceline Alliance or Pineapple? How did you handle it, and what did you learn from the experience?
Yeah, so I kind of want to bring an example from another organization that I'm doing work for right now. So I am working as like or volunteering as the director of outreach at Pakistani. And a challenge that came up was as director of outreach, I was responsible for making our organization's Discord. And the thing is, I haven't like made Discord servers in the past. And so for me, it was a really new thing because it was so new and different. I didn't have like specific experience in it. It was definitely a challenging process to bring myself to learn about this and to stay very open minded. And so I'd say that was it wasn't a huge challenge, but it was definitely something I faced.
Okay, all right. As a student leader and fellow, what strategies do you employ to promote collaborations and teamwork among your peers? How did you foster as positive and inclusive environment?
So, what I notice is that an environment is very inclusive if we have like a set of ground rules. So, making sure that we're always respectful. And I think like teachers do this as well. You'll walk into a classroom on the first day, and what they'll help you do is to create a list of things that are rules for the classroom. Similar to that is kind of the mutual agreement that you have with your team. So these can be things like we're always being respectful. Check in with me like every week. Respond to like I'm going to give you updates on Discord like every month. Make sure you respond to those. And so things like that, having those small rules is definitely helpful. And the other thing is that fostering good leadership. So when I do take like leadership in like any of our calls, I make sure that I more than talking or more than leading, I'm listening to others. I think being able to hear others, their thoughts, and empower them is the most important part of fostering that inclusive environment and being a good leader.
Yes, you are right. So, what are your future aspirations in the field of STEM? Are there any specific areas or industries that you would like to explore further?
Yeah. So I feel like careers are something that are never really like set in stone. So this passion can always like be changing, but right now I'm very interested in software and software development, software engineering. So I would really want to go into like a field in IT because in like the program that I am in like high school as well, I'm in the iSTEM program, and from there and also from like my work outside of school, I realized that I really like to code and I really love to learn languages. And so I'd really want to work in IT. That would be like my future aspiration.
Great. So, what are your favorite hobbies and or activities that you enjoy outside of your personal professional life?
So I have a few hobbies. One is like my personal favorite. Um, I'm not sure if you can see like taekwondo. So there's like a few like medals from like
Oh,
a few like they're pretty small competitions that I did. But they're fun. And I think for me the reason why I really like taekwondo is because it's challenging. And so that's one of my favorite hobbies. Apart from that, I also like to like draw, paint. I love to listen to music. I also like to spend time with my family, spend time with friends, and I'm always trying to like learn something new. So you'll see me like sometimes building a website with like HTML, CSS from scratch, or like learning another language, like learning how to speak French, or another thing that I think is super fun too is just experimenting with new softwares. So I'm really into technology, as you know. So I'll spend like sometimes like a couple like hours like researching about like the newest like iPad or newest phone, and so just like learning and is one of my like many passions.
Wonderful hobbies, interests. So move on to next question. Are there any books or movies that have had a significant impact on you? If so, why?
I'm so sorry. Would you be able to repeat that question?
Okay. Are there any books or movies that have had a significant impact on you? If so, you why?
So, a book that I'd like to speak about that has had an impact on my life is hashtag Max Out by I'm not sure who this is by. I'll make sure. I'll just double check, but it's called Max Out, hashtag Max Out, by Ed Milet. And so that book, it's kind of like a productivity book or like a self help book, you could say as well. And what that has really taught me is how to max out your life. So, how to make sure you're achieving your greatest potential. And the change that that book really brought in me was it encouraged me to dream bigger, but also to think about the ways that my habits and my actions affect me. Um, Another huge takeaway from that book was mindset. So I never really thought about like what impact my mindset had on me until I read this book. And after reading it, I realized that if I kind of improve my mindset, if I start believing that yes, I can, I'll be able to achieve more in life. And so that is a book that I would highly recommend for anyone who wants to max out their life.
It's so wonderful. I like it. So, how do you stay motivated and inspired in your day to day life?
So I think motivation is it's a very tricky concept. So what I like to do to ensure that I stay motivated is to take regular breaks because we're human, we're not robots. We do need some time off and to do things that I enjoy. So I do things that make me look forward to each day, such as like my hobbies, and that's what keeps me motivated on like the day to day term. But apart from motivation, I think also discipline is super important. And so once you achieve that like basic ground level of discipline, I notice that motivation comes a lot easier day to day.
Alright, super. So, what is one valuable lesson you have learned from a personal experience?
Um, do you mind if I take some time to think about this one? I think that it's a really interesting question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So I'd
Okay.
say that one valuable lesson I've learned from personal experience is that never give up. And this is something that I learned specifically from Taekwondo. So when I was like training, I noticed that um, the reason why I wasn't able to train as good or as well as I wanted to was because of my mindset. I would like kick for a bit and then I'd feel tired. When I felt tired, my mind would tell me that, hey, it's time to give up now. Um, but what I've realized is that if I have a strong mindset, I can accomplish anything that I set my mind to. And so, what I've started to do now is I set my mind on the fact that I am not going to give up. And now, even when my body is tired, my mind is still active. And so, this is something that my masters also tell me a lot about. They tell us that our mind is stronger than our body might give up, but if our mind is still running, if our mindset is still strong, we can still power through.
Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
That's an awesome question. I really like that one. So if I could travel anywhere in the world, I'd actually go to India because most of my family is in India, and
Oh,
I haven't seen them for a really long time. And so, being able to go there, not only see what like the country is like, but also to meet family would be awesome.
okay. Finally, what advice would you give to other students who are interested in pursuing leadership roles and involvement in technology relative initiatives?
So my main advice that I would tell someone is to take the initiative. That's really what life and like this journey as a student is about. If you take the initiative to try new things, it will pay off, and I'm like guaranteeing this to you. It's like it's a fact. If you try new things, explore, take on like hobbies that are related to technology, you'll see it kind of play off in the end. And another point that I would like give as advice is to really think about things that you're interested in. So I know right now there's a huge kind of, you could even say it's like a trend of everyone wanting to hop into software engineering and IT. Just because everyone is doing it doesn't mean you have to too. Um, if it's something that interests you, go for it. But if there are other passions that you love more, follow your dreams and follow your heart. And so that's the advice that I would give.
Thank you for your advice, and thank you so much for sharing your remarkable journey and insight with us. It has been truly inspiring to hear about your experiences as an STEM student. Your role is Marshall Alliance and Pineapple, and your dedication to technology and leadership. Your accomplishment and the lesson you will learn along the way serve as a testament testament to your hard work, determination, and passion for making a difference. We appreciate the valuable advice you shared for aspiring student and leader in STEM. On behalf of everyone here, I would like to express our sincere gratitude for taking the time to be with us today. Your perseverance and has enriched this interview, and we wish you continued success in all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Manahil, for having me here today. I'm so grateful and so humbled to be able to speak to you. It's such a pleasure, and like there's a lot for me to like learn from you as well. And so you're such an inspiring individual, and I love what you're doing. Thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. So, to our audience, thank you for joining us. Well, we hope you found this interview insightful and motivating. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories and conversation. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye.